What's up, guys? Sammy here with Sassy. Saturdays are for the boys. Episode 4.
Episode 4, yeah.
So, today I got us something to start us off right. Not really a conspiracy, just something I fucking noticed. So we have. I was watching this video by the Spiffing Brit on YouTube, right? About Factorio. Right? And I see this. Meet gorgeous women. Ukrainian women. Right? And I was like, these things are always fucking bullshit. These things are never real. So I was like, let me see where it comes from, because you can just click on it. And I looked, who's the advertiser? Paid for by Astrosoft, located in Cyprus. So I was like, okay. Let me look up this Astrosoft shit. So I go here, Astrosoft Projects Ltd. This is this is their website. Doesn't have any names on it, even when you go to the About Us. It doesn't say who the owner is or anything like that.
Doesn't even really say what they do, to be honest. They're just like, oh yeah, we do development and tech support.
Right.
Whatever that means.
And what's also interesting is right here, the Better Business Bureau has them listed as a scam.
Someone spent $40 on them, apparently.
Because Cyprus is using... What? Because Cyprus... I don't know.
Yeah, the site uses bots, and they're using AI-generated
And
photos.
the whole hustle is to get you to get to chat for 5,000 credits so that you can get an AI's contact information. Dollars lost, $40.
That's kind of sad.
They've only been able to scam $40 out of people. It was reported May 14th. So, I look at who the owner is, and I go here for Astrosoft. There's a couple different names. This is the one. This is their UK office.
The UK rep.
But I'm not sure what that is. But I saw this, and so I looked up this guy's name,
Ilya Melnichenko,
who's linked to this place called Velora Group Ltd.
But
right?
Ilya
Ilya himself, his registered address is in Kazakhstan. Right? And so I went to the Velora Group, and there's another name. This guy, Sergey Belazkov. Right? So let's go to him. Sergey. His registered address is in Russia. These are not Ukrainians. Who are these guys?
They're not even real.
It's just weird shit like that, right? And so I went back to Velora Group, looked at the address on it. It says it somewhere.
Over there.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Yes, Sound and Vision House. This is the registered address for this business. So it's on a little island, right? Right here. Right here in this building. This red building. You zoom out.
It's just a little ass
Where is
island.
this place? Seychelles.
Is that a separate...
It's an archipelago of 115 islands in the Indian Ocean, which is like off the coast of
East
Africa
and Madagascar.
north of Madagascar. Like, this is just I guess, I don't know, maybe these people buy the space to just say that this is where their office is held.
Well, because if you go back to Astrosoft, it says that the Astrosoft company is based in Cyprus.
Right, which is nowhere near where this is.
This seems like it's a line of shell companies. Like, I mean...
The person was scammed.
Whoever, yeah.
Their phone number.
There's their phone number.
SophiaDate.com.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Check that out. What's on SophiaDate.com?
Let's check out SophiaDate.com.
Hope this doesn't have something illegal. This is a...
All you have to do is just put your credit card information in and stuff.
What is this? Like a dating app?
I'm guessing so.
plenty of services. What's services? What is this?
I don't know. It's just like one of those dating things.
I don't know.
I think it's probably it falls under that.
So Astrosoft owns Sophia Date.
I don't know what this means. But I guess they have multiple websites that they use they use bots and stuff to scam people out of their money. And they did all that work just for $40. According to the Better Business Bureau.
Since May. That's how many months?
Quite a few.
And they got $40. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. But yeah. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So you guys, you can always check where these kinds of things are from. Like if I go just to another video, I bet you it'll pull up like some bullshit. Okay, Clash Royale, that's like an actual thing.
Unfortunately, Clash Royale is real.
Mack Trucks, that's real.
The final boss.
Well, so it's not every single one of them, but it's quite a few.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not even quite a few, but you see it occasionally where it's just like, what the hell? And you can always look at it. It's funny. I could care less where these guys are from. It's just funny because it's like these guys are not Ukrainians running it. It's just like some random
It's
schmucks.
like there's it's with these companies. It's so weird because it's like it could honestly be just like a 10 shell company. Like the Matryoshka dolls where you open it up and there's another one inside, and then you open it up and there's another one inside. It just keeps on going. That's how it seems with a lot of these companies where it's like
it's just shell company after shell company.
Yeah, like there'll be like the bottom shell company, which is where like the sites are hosted from, so to speak.
Like Astrosoft, basically.
Like Astrosoft. But then there'll also be stuff like the Velora group, which are like the intermediary, basically. And then I don't doubt that there's probably something above that who's connected to that Sergey.
Right. But I mean, it's just like schmucks that basically make businesses online.
These are random shit, and they're just using AI to scam people.
Right.
That is the most like pathetic thing known to man.
And people fall for it.
Well,
I get the Medicare calls every single day.
Dude, yeah, you get called like every 30 minutes. Well, have you been called today, by the way?
I got like 3 calls.
That's
no. Snubber.
But yeah, dude, when we were at work, like literally yesterday, or Thursday when you were at the shop with me, dude, it's like every 15 minutes you would be getting a call, basically. Sometimes you'd get like back to back.
Yep. It's non-stop during the week. Dude, they called me one time at like 8 p.m. and I was like, what the fuck is you guys' problem? Do you go home? Like, do you go home? Like, or do you live in the fucking office? It's just ridiculous. You having a hard time there?
Hands are a little sore.
But you were saying, I mean, the crazy thing is linking these shell companies back to another topic, larger topic, is just all these fucking companies that have shell companies. Because I didn't really do all the research. I could probably do some more into them, but I don't really care too much. But this could be a shell company for some multi-million-dollar business for all we know.
Probably. Because, I mean, we saw, going to the BBB, it's such an inefficient business model. How they do it is they just do it hundreds at a time.
Well, that's one person who reported it to the Better Business Bureau. I'm sure a lot of people called the cops, but...
Yeah, you can't really call the cops on somebody who's in Cyprus. Unless
Right.
you're also a Cypriot.
That's what they're called?
Yeah,
People from Cyprus?
a person from Cyprus is a Cypriot.
Not a reciprocot?
Reciprocot? Apricot?
They're apricots.
Damn.
Dude, I haven't had an apricot in years. They're good.
Yeah. You notice, like, a lot of those, like, sort of exotic fruits taste really good. But then like
Apricots are not really that exotic.
well, not exotic.
They're
but,
American,
like,
I'm pretty sure. I'm
but,
pretty
like,
sure we grow them here.
anything except for like apples, oranges, and like lemons. Anything that's flavored to be like anything except for those always tastes awful.
Like, you mean like drinks and stuff?
Like drinks, candy, like cakes, stuff that doesn't actually use the fruit, but like a flavoring.
One of the flavors I think we don't have enough representation for is green apple, like sour green apple.
Like Granny Smith.
I love sour green apple flavored things. It's like when you get those the like caramel apples
Shit.
with the peanuts on them. You gotta have a Granny Smith like sour.
It has to
green
be
apple.
a Granny Smith.
You can't use any other apple. I've seen people use them.
It
Doesn't
just
taste
doesn't.
good.
Doesn't work right.
It doesn't work. And
It's like using an onion.
I don't know. That's a little bit different.
See, now
What
that's
are
a
those
prank.
like dark red like square almost looking? They're like taller than they are wide apples. You know what I'm talking about? And they're like really.
Those ones.
They're like weirdly sweet. They have a weird taste.
Yeah,
to them.
those
It's
are
like waxy.
Those are the
almost.
kinds of apples they would serve at like school. Well,
No, we used to get like the little ones, like the little.
At school, they would
like
give us like
green
the
and red ones.
At school, they would give us like the little small crappy ones that had no flavor. Like you would bite into it, it's just water and styrofoam.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I don't
what
know
happened?
what kind of apples they gave us.
I don't understand how that happens. It's an apple. Even if it's in transport, how does the flavor leave?
It's I don't know. That's a good question because those apples that they used to serve us in school used to taste like nothing.
Legit tastes like just water. It's literally just water. Or like the pears, if they would serve any kind of fruit, unless it was an orange, it tasted like nothing.
I would always get bananas when we were at the.
Even the
school.
bananas were kind of low quality. Like there was just something about them that was weird.
Yeah, but a banana's a banana. It's got potassium. It'll make you recover. Because I used to work out like
Dude,
all day.
yeah, you
when
used
I
to
was
be a
in high
wrestler,
school.
and you also used to be working out in your own time.
Yeah, I mean, I wrestled throughout like 7th grade through like 9th grade, and then I took a break because I got injured, and then came back like start of senior year.
And then you became
And
a
then
gymnast.
I was a gymnast for a
You were
while.
boxer,
that was
dude.
in the
You were,
spring.
like,
I boxed for
in 1 year.
about a year
About
and a
a year
half
you
in
did
total.
training.
In total, plus taekwondo, like our whole lives.
Yeah,
that
you-
we've been living here, like in this area.
Ever since we moved back to Illinois, really.
Right. So it's like, I don't know. I've been doing a lot for a long time, but I remember in high school I used to like, what was it? It was junior year because I had gone through some stuff and I just wanted to really focus on working out, and I had been going to the gym. Let me try and break down my schedule. And first of all, I was on like this diet. It was called a paleo diet, which is basically you don't eat anything that a caveman wouldn't have access
It's just
to.
a caveman diet.
It's the caveman diet, and so no cooked like pretty much anything except for meats.
Like no bread, no like grain. Like
Yeah.
you're just eating like meat, fruit, and
Yeah.
vegetables. Like no extra seasoning, no barbecue sauce, no nothing.
Nothing, no salt, no pepper, no anything.
Unseasoned
And-
tilapia.
I mean, I got shredded doing that, but I ended up having issues later on. But I was training. I started with like I think 50 push-ups in the morning, but by the time like the last 3 or 4 months that I was boxing, I was doing 200 push-ups every morning, 200 leg raises, and 200 leg extensions. And then on some days, if I was feeling good, I would do other things like Russian twists or like where you have your legs up and you swing them side to side. So I could just work my obliques. Because a lot of your power in really any martial arts comes from your core. So having a really, really strong core is like really important. And then I would go to school and I had first period gym. And so I'd work out there, lift as heavy as I possibly could. And I was hitting PRs at the time. I don't even know how. I was boxing and hitting PRs and losing weight at the same time.
Reaching that ultimate human shit.
I was like becoming my ultimate self. And then I would get off school. Sometimes I would, because I think junior year I got out early because I didn't have 7th or 8th period. I had study hall those 2 periods. So I'd get out early and I would just go to the gym for like an hour and a half. I'd work out for an hour and then be in the sauna for 20 to 30 minutes, take a shower, and then I would drive to the boxing gym, which was like 40 minutes away. Get there, and it'd be like about 3:30, 4 o'clock when I would get there. And then just train until sometimes 11 o'clock at night. And then drive home, have a banana. And mind you, I wouldn't like eat anything other than like fruits and sometimes nuts during the day.
You were like on an extreme cut, basically.
Well, and at lunch and stuff, I would just like get the burgers, take the cheese, take the everything off of them.
Just eat the patty.
I would just eat the patty.
That's just
like I would just raw dog the patty, and it was disgusting.
That is just sad. Bro.
It was horrible.
I could never do something like that.
It was horrible. I would do the same thing with the chicken patties, but they were worse.
You also started like sleeping on the floor too as part of your training regimen.
That was like after a month or two. I just started sleeping on the floor. I slept on the floor for like 6 months straight, no blanket. Dude. I didn't have a pillow like for a while. I didn't use a pillow.
Yeah, dude, you just had the blanket. You would just sleep on the carpet, the thin ass carpet.
And then I'd get home from boxing. Oh, I forgot to mention, I would go for like a half-mile, a mile-long run after I did my push-ups and shit in the morning, before I went to school. And then after I got home, I'd go for another mile run, and then do 200 more of each of those 3 exercises like I did in the morning. And then just go to sleep. Like, I would eat something, like, I had skirt steak, which is, like really thin slices of steak, and I would just throw them on the pan, just pick them up and eat them straight off the pan. And they're so chewy, it was like eating a shoe. It was terrible. No
seasoning, no nothing.
But, I'll tell you what, I went down to, like, 170, 165.
Yeah, you were 170, you were hit, like, what, 240 on bench?
255.
255 on
that
bench.
Was my, no. Yeah, 255. I think that's the one I have on video. I might have it on video. Dude. I'll have to show you guys.
Oh, dude, yeah, you have to show that.
Sami Z achieves Super Saiyan 3. This is my boy who uploaded this for me.
Yeah, Super
Saiyan 3 achieved by Sami Z.
I love the thumbnail, how you're lasering the guy.
yeah, you guys gotta see the fucking...
The thumbnail.
Yeah. Look at this shit.
Dude, you're like...
fucking laser beaming the guy. Holy right shit. It was recorded, like, the guy couldn't even bother to record it sideways. He recorded
this was vertical.
235 on. I got up to 255. I was 165 at the time. As a junior, I was hitting 235. Channeling Sigma energy.
Let's go, Sammy! Atta boy!
This was like 4 years ago. Look at the dude's like laughing and shit. Dude, those were the good old days. I'm not gonna lie, I used to whoop fucking ass. I used to just... I was like the strongest guy at my weight in that school. I was stronger than like... I think there were only like maybe 4 other people in the class who could bench over 225. It was like me, my boy, and then like 2 or 3 other football players who were like 200 pounds plus each. And they could do 225. There was this one motherfucker named Jalen. He's a football player now too. He's like played in college. I forget where he plays, like Arizona State or something like that. And he's really good at football. But that guy used to bench like 315.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's just a monster of a human being. He looks like he was made in a lab.
Didn't he set a few records
Mm-hmm.
at that school?
Yeah,
like
he
they're
set
on
like
the wall.
Yeah, he's on the wall. Like he
Dude,
set quite a few records.
That wall is like.
Yeah, that was my goal, and then I ended up having seizures at the closer to the end of the year, like 3 months before the end of the school year, and I just like got really discouraged and fucking worried about it because I was just so fucking lean that I like just blacked out and had a seizure.
Mm-hmm.
Scary shit, man. I never had one before in my life.
Man, you were just in the kitchen. I think you ate like a muffin or something.
I was in the middle of eating a muffin.
You got up, you went over to the garbage can, you put the little, like, the tin it comes in into the garbage, and then you just stood still, and I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Freaky shit. I mean, but what can you do? But they said I was hypoglycemic, and that's what caused it. Because I had, like, something like a 40 blood sugar, 50 blood sugar, or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I just collapsed. But, you know, that's what you get for... I went down from, I think, 178 I was at, all the way down to 160. And I was already lean at 178. Like, my abs were starting to show at 178.
Mm-hmm.
At 165, like you see in the video, I already had a six-pack under that shirt. And then I got even leaner than this. Because I was 160 and I hit 255. But I was trying to go for the 150, I forget. I think I was trying to fight at middleweight, which is like 148 or something.
Yeah, you were a little
Dude,
too
I would have
ambitious.
been...
You would have been like skin
No, that's like bantamweight.
No, you would have... If
Let me look that up.
148, you would have been skin and bones.
Oh, 100%. But what I'm saying is, like, what is middleweight? $165. So that's like the weight class I was going for was 165. I think the guy, my coach, wanted me to go for light middleweight because he's like, you can get leaner, you can get leaner. But really, I think I just needed to tone the muscles more rather than get leaner because I was like so lean. I had no like love handles at all. I was fucking shredded at 165.
You were Dorito shape, bro.
Yeah, I was shredded at 165. I mean, I was never, like, a big fucking guy. I'm, like, 210 right now, I think. Like, 200, 210. So, I'm not, like, a huge fucking guy or anything. But, you know, I need to get back into lifting. But I just need to eat like a monster. Because I was doing all that, improving while losing weight. Like, you don't really hear about people doing that. Because at the start of that year... I could barely bench 185, and I went to 255 by the end of the year while losing weight.
That's a 70-pound increase, bro.
Yeah, while losing weight. I only hit 255 one time ever. Now I can do 225 for like two. I'm honestly not that strong anymore. But we were lifting in that couch behind us earlier through the rain. I mean, that was...
Yeah, dude.
So he was having a hard time with it. His hands were getting weak.
I don't do
He's
much.
not a lifter.
I mean, I can lift heavy objects, but I don't do it often, so I don't have like the grip strength to be.
We had to carry it like 2 blocks.
Yeah.
Down the street.
Like a quarter mile.
And it was it's a section couch, so it's 2 couches.
It was 2 pieces.
Oh my god. It took us maybe an hour.
I think about an hour, yeah.
Yeah.
When we got done, it was like, what, 3:30?
Yeah, something like that. And you got here, what, like around 2:40?
Something like that.
And we went to it right as soon as you got here.
Mm-hmm.
So we could get into this.
I came here, I was like, hey, what's going on? You guys, you ready to start the podcast? You're like, oh, we gotta move some couches. I'm like, move some couches? What are you talking about? Oh, there's some couches down the street. I'm like...
Yeah. And we got them. And that's what's important.
Now you gotta vacuum, get the Chihuahua stuff.
Whatever those things are nasty.
That shit is. I think I know why they threw them out.
Well, luckily there's no piss or shit stains on it. It doesn't
stained,
smell
really.
or anything.
It's just
Chihuahua hair. They probably got a nicer couch. That's probably what it was.
Yeah, it is a good couch though. You just gotta vacuum. You gotta use like that wet vacuum or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if Don has that.
I'll ask Don if he can bring it over.
He keeps not pulling up for the pod.
Man, I don't know what he would talk about, man. He's not the kind of guy that
We could talk about cars. He goes to car shows all the time. I mean,
he's not really a conversation kind of guy, though. You know.
Look at this string bean. Look at how big he's getting.
Do you
My
think he's-
goodness.
Look at that.
And look at
belly.
how well trained he is. I take good care of him. He eats like a monster. He eats like a whole fish by himself. And he's like 3 months old. I think he's like this is 13 weeks. And then
Yeah.
this is his sister by comparison.
That's
So she's
Luna.
sleeping.
She's
Check her out.
nice.
She's taking a nap. But yeah, I mean, one of like my favorite boxers, going back to that, of the modern day is Dmitry Bivol. And man, my heart was shattered when he lost his titles. I don't even know what he's doing nowadays. Does he have another fight? Dmitry Bivol next fight.
Early 2026, as he's recovering from back surgery. Back surgery? What happened to bro? Forced to vacate the world title because he...
What? I thought they fought. I'm almost certain. They fought and Beterbiev beat him. I think by points. I don't think he knocked him out. We can watch the highlights.
One or two.
They didn't fight twice yet. Here, we can watch the highlights.
Listen up, football.
Hold on, folks.
You got a gambling problem?
Call me a 1-800-GAMBLER because I'm about to spend all my money.
I feel like gambling ads should be illegal.
Gambling was illegal.
Fight night on the zone.
Same with
Here's a 3-minute clip. Let's listen to that.
Brought
What were
to
you
you
gonna
by
say? What
I
was
feel
that?
like gambling ads should be illegal, just like alcohol ads and like pharmaceutical ads.
Alcohol ads are not illegal. You saying they should be?
No, I'm saying like all that stuff should. What do you mean alcohol ads aren't legal?
Aren't illegal.
I think they should be illegal.
Mm.
Like, why the hell would you ever want to televise that, bro? I be getting like, dude, I swear on YouTube, I use a trick. That way I can skip any video, even if it's unskippable.
I won't tell them because
I'm not gonna say how I do it.
these
but
people
the way
will
I
take
do
our freedom away by
is-
using it too much.
Using the trick, I'm able to skip any video and sort of, make
Hopefully
it so I won't.
YouTube doesn't shut our
Make
account
it-
down for you saying that.
Make it so
You're
I
not
won't-
watching ads.
Make it so I won't see them ever again as well. But the funny thing is, the trick never works when it's an alcohol ad. It
Or
never,
a pharmaceutical ad.
It never lets me do it on those. Anything else, it works, but not on those for some reason.
Yep. Because you gotta watch those.
You gotta watch the ad about Modelo. You need to buy some. I don't want them. I can't even buy any.
Let's check this fight out. This shit was heartbreaking.
That prize guy.
Undisputed light heavyweight showdown. Let's have a look at the
Wait, they fought twice?
I guess.
Hold on. They're gonna fight for a third time? They fought twice? When did they fight for the first time? What?
You looking at
Oh crap, I didn't know that. Well, we gotta watch the first one. I didn't realize that they had fought again. Because I really fell off the bandwagon when Bivol lost the first one. Why are they saying Beterbiev is representing Canada?
Is he?
He's not, bro. He's like Kazakhstani or something.
Well, that's where he's from, but does he live in Canada?
Hopefully there's not some idiot talking over this.
Yeah.
All of the changes.
I just like Bivol's style. He lives in Saudi Arabia. Right, is it the Ryan?
Both fellow arms or touch gloves, lads.
I think Mike
Nation of
Tyson.
boxing, class, first time around. What are the changes? New tactical assessments, power, ring IQ, defense, judgment.
judgment at distance. Rematches sometimes go the same way. Occasionally, they're very, very different. Will Biteviev start faster this time? Will Bibble's body, or will Bibble get into that lovely rhythm again?
These are the questions that we can't wait to be answered. Will there be more aggression for better being?
Bibble's jab's the key, isn't it, Darren? That's the key thing. Everything.
Got to be smart with the movement. Got to allow himself to get back onto the ropes. He needs to work himself back to the centre of the ring. And equally, he wants to be able to get a shot.
But he throws very straight hooks. Doesn't throw a lot of tight hooks.
Property at the moment of the 40-year-old Artur Biteviev. In with his arch rival now to meet
Notice Bivol doesn't fight with his head. He doesn't defend his head movement, he defends his feet.
Each other really, really well.
Watch how he moves. Better be a good attack.
Start to move that right hand.
Providing he uses his leg.
Catch Bibble, that left side
He was
of
really
the
good
head.
at the corners and shit. That's why I really like
This is what he was
Pendulum
asking
style.
for himself.
That's what I was really excited
He's got to get, got to get.
training boxing.
One's not enough.
That was the first time I trained in boxing. But that was like, I don't even count that because I was fucking and I had like a
Good jab there from Biteviev.
you can't learn to box on
Again, he goes double left jabber. Biteviev that's going to give the new players the work away. Get that right hand into play.
You can automatically just get in a boxing ring. But it's not something you can just train yourself from no experience to fighting. You can't do it.
Trying to cut the ring off there.
You can't go and
Biteviev.
compete against some trainer.
I'll be able to catch up with Bibble. Yeah, he's making Bibble work hard with the feet.
Like, I mean, yeah, look at those straights. Good straights.
20-second fight for Artur Biteviev, who's been around since June
I'm not sure.
2000.
It went all close.
To target the body. There's an increase in pace here from
But the reason I was so excited about this fight is because this was Bivol wins 2 titles and Better BF.
Prismatics, first 2 rounds to Dimitri
So
Bivol.
Better
We
BF
agree
one
with that.
became the unified world champion.
It's fascinating, isn't it? The way
These
Bivol's
4 titles.
Biteviev is stalking.
The hardest part for Bibble is not the movement. It's the concentration that he has to keep to every second of the round. That's the bit that tires you.
He was just like,
Getting closer. And he's opening up again as well. The challenger.
And he sat down there, Biteviev, with the contact stating in the miss. Not there though.
they're still good.
I'm not sure. I honestly haven't watched a lot of Better BF's fights.
In front of us.
But he looks like a he looks like a he looks uncomfortable on the outside. He looks like he wants to be nice.
Second phases from Dimitri Bivol.
Maybe.
Like, it feels like it's mixing up. Yeah, I mean, in the earlier rounds, Bivol was doing well.
Already more intense than the first fight. And the action is Biteviev wants to get right up close and personal with Dimitri Bivol. And stop running shots.
Good from Biteviev.
Let's
No,
skip
no,
that a
Bibble.
couple rounds. Because I think 1 through 3 for sure are going to Bivol. It's probably like a 10-9.
The right pace.
I mean, Bivol is fucking amazing.
I just don't want it to stop. This whole night has been absolutely
Maybe he got
fantastic.
This is if it's going the way we think it is, you want to see this again. But it's a Bitaviev's special fighter also, so he can turn this on his head. Over for Biteviev, he does that, but when he straightens up, Bibble throws an uppercut every time. Again, there's no rules on it, is there enough to stop from working?
I don't know. They look really
This is a really great performance from Dimitri Bivol tonight.
Bivol must have gotten it.
You have to have it, Biteviev will reach that.
Fabulous night here in Riyadh. The last crescendo has exceeded expectations, and this rematch official call. Maybe he's got a lot to close it.
It looks like he's getting tired. But what about the other 11 years? I mean, Vivo's got a bad fucking cut above his left eye right there.
114 to 114 a draw. Dion Duarte has it. 115, 113 for the winner by majority decision. And new undisputed world heavyweight champion of the world.
I want to see Vivo. Fucking, how do I turn this shit up?
You can't.
You can't?
No, you can't turn off those like videos.
Champion of
You can see he's like trying to laugh. You can tell he's like, man.
Wait, so who won?
FBF.
Yeah.
Undisputed world champ, man.
Yeah, but this is a Boxing Horizons video, so shout out to them.
Yep.
You know, I don't want to get copyrighted or
This
anything.
was a well-made video with these highlights.
Yeah, this is a pretty good highlight reel.
If you like boxing, go watch this guy probably.
Yeah, check him out. But yeah, I mean, he has like that. He has really, really good straights, and that's something that I liked about it because when I first started training with him, and at the first gym I went to, I tried to like imitate Canelo, like a mix between like Canelo and Mike Tyson. I'm not an in-fighter. I'm an out-fighter every day of the week. It just makes more sense for me because I can't throw I can't throw hooks fast enough. But I can throw straights, you know, fast enough to land. And that's kind of what I found. I mean, hooks are... I kind of like save them for when the guy's a little warmed down. I don't start throwing hooks out. Because you just move around, you wear the guy out, let him chase you around. You know, keep popping him in the lip, bow, bow, you know. Popping him in the lip, bow, 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 bow. You know, and just as you're backing up, you got good balance. Because the pendulum style, it's like you like switch between your feet, kind of. And so you do it in a certain rhythm based on your opponent, and you can like move based on that. So it takes a lot of training. Because when I first started doing the pendulum training, my ankles kept giving out on me.
Yeah,
but what I found, I mean, like my ankles would be so sore.
Dude,
I could barely use.
Yeah,
I'd roll my ankles sometimes, and then I started drinking chicken bone broth, and because it has a lot of collagen in it and like cartilage, because its bones are like a lot of them have the cartilage around them and stuff, and so they just like boil it all down into a broth. And so I started drinking that. Yeah. Man, within like a week, because I could barely walk because I was training it. I stopped training for like 3 days. After those 3 days, just drinking it every day, just straight from the carton. No, didn't warm it up or anything. Just drink it straight from the carton.
Like a cart a day.
Yeah, my ankles were like steel. Like my tendons became like steel. I never twisted my ankles after that, like while training or anything like that. And when I did, I could just bounce back and it'd be fine. It's amazing. So, if anybody out there's having knee problems or ankle problems or elbow problems, things with your like joints, drink bone broth.
Chug the damn carton.
Chug a damn carton of bone broth.
You will feel it.
At best, it'll just taste like shitty water, and it won't really help. But I can almost guarantee it will help. Yeah, because it's just collagen, and it helps rebuild all the ligaments and things, your tendons. Great stuff. Another one that's really good for recovery, beets.
Oh yeah, beets, dude. Beets are like...
Because they have super high iron. Mm-hmm. Like higher than spinach.
You could probably get iron poisoning.
Maybe. I don't know. Because they don't taste good. But I used to eat canned beets because my friend's dad told me about this. Because I was working out and stuff, and I was like, man, I'm so sore all the time. And this is when I was doing my crazy training. And he's like, why don't you just get like canned beets? So I got canned beets, and I just eat them straight from the can. I'd have like a half can every single day, and I had energy through the roof the next day because it's all that iron. You know, you don't get dizzy. Because a lot of people have like iron deficiencies because they don't eat a lot of red meat, or they don't, have spinach and beans and legumes and things like that.
So many people complain about like, oh, I stood up too fast and I'm gonna pass out.
Right, that's not natural.
You gotta eat some beets, bro.
You
gotta have a steak.
But it's like meat is so expensive nowadays. It's like we don't have any steak either. I probably have an iron deficiency now. I mean, my skin's not turning pale yet, so I'm alright. But you're just white.
Yeah, I'm just a little white.
Yeah. But a lot of people have iron deficiencies, zinc deficiencies, magnesium deficiencies. Those are some of the more common ones. Not amino acids. Like what fish oils have in them?
Oh, like the omega-3
Omega-3
fatty acids.
Yep. All you have to do is eat salmon. Salmon has a lot of omega-3 fatty oils.
It's because not only is food getting more expensive, it's like because people have to work more and more, and they need more convenience. They just be eating out, and when you eat out, that stuff has
what
nothing
nutrients is in a McDonald's burger? Let's look at the nutrient graph of a McDonald's cheeseburger.
Yeah, like a quarter pounder.
Just quarter pounder with cheese.
One quarter pounder with cheese. What is the nutritional value? Nothing.
What nutrition facts?
Alright.
Let's go to the official McDonald's website.
Yep, no AI overview. This is straight from the website.
This is straight from their website. It's 520 calories, which is honestly pretty low for a cheeseburger.
Fries afterwards, too.
That's true. Nutrition summary. Saturated fats, which are okay. Sugar.
10 grams.
Iron, 4 milligrams.
4 milligrams.
Which they say that's 25% of your daily value, but really you should be eating closer to like,
is that
like 50 milligrams a day. If you eat like 2 steaks a day, you're going to be getting like 50 milligrams.
See, I don't know about 4 milligrams being 25.
You're going to try and tell me that 16 milligrams of iron is my daily intake?
That can't be.
Sodium, but look at the sodium, 50% of your daily.
Oh yeah, in one.
1 gram.
In one burger, and then imagine you got fries with that, dude. Sodium levels through the roof.
Right, you're already over your daily max. Mm-hmm. Dietary fiber, that's another one. People don't get a lot of fiber. They find themselves just stuck on the toilet. Mm-hmm. Get a fiber bar. You will shit your organs out.
The first couple days, but then you will feel good.
You'll clean yourself out.
See, another thing that people
30 grams of protein. That's alright.
It's okay.
Honestly, that's not even that bad. I mean, because I consider a bad protein source if it has 20 calories per gram. Anything over that, so if this was 600 calories, that'd be the limit of what I would say is a good protein source.
30 grams of protein, 26 grams of fat.
But I don't know if that's real protein or if that's nitrates that they put in it. Yeah. Because protein, the way, okay, here's some information for people. When you get a lot of protein powders, if it's not whey protein powder, it's probably bullshit. Mm-hmm. Because what they do is with a lot of these the muscle milk, really it's they put nitrates in it because the way they measure protein is by measuring the amount of nitrates.
Yes.
I'll look it up. Go ahead. You mean to say? This classic method involves digesting the sample in sulfuric acid, converting nitrogen to ammonia, and measuring it by titration. I don't know what half of those are. Is protein measured by nitrogen? Yeah. Protein is measured by measuring the nitrogen content. Since proteins are made of amino acids which contain nitrogen, the amount of nitrogen in a sample can be measured and then converted to a protein estimate. Methods like the Keldell
or the Dumas test.
measure the nitrogen content. So if they implant nitrogen through various means into the food, it'll read as having more protein.
Even though it really doesn't, it's just nitrogen.
If you want to get the highest protein you possibly can, just get pure whey protein. Whey is like if you make cheese at home, which is just like you get like whole milk, and then
Non-pasteurized.
you can use pasteurized. That's what Dad used.
Yeah, well, you can
And that cheese came out pretty good.
You can use pasteurized. You cannot use ultra pasteurized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But basically, when you add vinegar to it, or I think you a Rennet of sorts, like vinegar to it, the cheese masses congeal, and that's what turns into cheese, right? The water that's left over in suspension is whey.
Pure whey.
It's whey. So if you were to boil it down enough, it would turn into literally protein powder.
Yeah.
So you can, I mean, if you have a cow or something, or I don't think you can do that with goats.
I don't know.
Maybe sheep.
But here's a little tip. Make your own cheese at home, and then with the whey that's left over, put it in soup or something. Dude, the protein content will...
Yeah. You can do it with sheep. Do goats produce? Yeah, so any cheese you can make, donkey, goat, sheep, the water that's left over when you boil it off.
Don't throw that away.
Yeah, you make your cheese, which is from the curds. Goat whey is a complete protein, meaning it contains all the essential amino acids the human body needs. You could literally live off of like goat cheese and goat whey. Like,
and some fruit.
And then like fruit and like vegetables and like some carbs. And you would like be able to live pretty decently.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at what the Mongolians used to do, they'd get their iron, because they'd have ponies. They didn't have horses, they had ponies. And so what they did is they would turn the pony's milk into cheese, like in a big cheese brick that you just gnaw on, and then they would drink its blood for iron. Yeah. What they would do is there's like a vein on the side of its neck, and you just give it a small slit, and then you just put your mouth to it. Yeah. I mean, we're Muslims, so we're forbidden from consuming blood, the blood of an animal. But it's efficient. I mean, I'll tell you what, it's efficient because...
I mean, I tell you what, who do you think is
But there's so little, the ponies are so big, the blood that you drink from them...
It's insignificant.
It's not insignificant, but you let them rest for 5 or 6 hours and they recuperate.
Yeah, make sure they can graze a little bit and they'll be fine.
Because each person would have a pony that they would, have to ride, and especially the men. I don't know about the women, but the men at least, almost every single one of them, if they came from a rich tribe, had a pony, and so you just get all your food from the pony basically. They just grow them and eat the grass, and then get the milk and the blood from them.
I mean, it's no wonder they kept winning, because imagine you have two.
It's just pure protein.
Imagine you have two forces. Both of them are tactically the exact same. One of them eats Chinese gruel and like rice porridge as their daily ration, and the other one eats cheese and meat every single day.
Cheese and blood.
Cheese, blood, meat if they can get it, every single day. Who is gonna win?
I don't think the Mongolians ate any vegetables. I don't think they ate any vegetables.
They would eat some, but they.
I'm sure, if they found
they would eat like wild vegetables that they found, but they wouldn't eat like
they didn't grow. They never cultivated
like
them because they were nomadic.
Yeah, they were. I mean, at most they were kind of ranchers, but.
Yeah, because they would have like. Yeah, kind of. They were like horse ranchers, almost.
Pony ranchers.
Pony ranchers.
Pony. I love my horsey, and my horsey love me.
Yeah. What's up with all the fake leather and inexpensive clothing and like handbags and shoes and stuff? I hate that.
That's Chinesium.
Yeah. Eat the Chinesium on
the
you.
Chinesium Gucci.
Have you guys seen I'm sure everybody's seen it by now, that Chinese guy, he was like, we are exposing the Italian makers, or whatever he said, and like basically has a website. It's like I think called madeinchina.com, and it's just like all of the designer clothing and everything for like 1/10 of the price, and it's exactly the same.
The exact same item that gets to the shelf for like $500.
Right, or more, and it's faux leather. It's not real leather. Real leather. They talk about, oh, we're overpopulated. I mean, we're not overpopulated. They have too many cows and all this.
So why
Turn them into leather and give the meat out for free.
Dude, cow leather is awesome.
And why doesn't the government give farmers the money for the meat that's not being bought because of the, like, I'm sure there's a demand, you know, and if that demand is not met, a lot of that meat goes to waste. So why isn't the government paying for all the extra and giving it out at food banks and shit like that? Something they could do.
Dude, I would love if my car had like treated cow leather seats.
That's what I mean.
Dude, that would
real
be...
leather seats. Because you could probably, with a full-sized cow, I mean,
You could make an entire back seat.
Yeah, you could probably do the whole back seat with it. You could probably do like most of this couch with one cow.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, how many cows are there in America?
Yeah, how many how many couches could you make, bruh?
94 million as of July 1st this year.
Apparently only 28.7 million are actually for beef, though.
So what do they use them for?
Breeding, probably. Well, so it's about 10 million
They
milk
use
cows.
2/3 of the cows just for breeding?
Well, I mean, cattle and cows. 86.7 million.
Yeah, that is true, because they kill them like really young.
Yeah, if it's a male and they don't need another bull, they usually kill them pretty young. Just that's.
Well, the females too. At what age are cows slaughtered?
Between 14 and what?
30 months
of age.
So like 1 and 3 years old, basically.
Yeah.
But it's probably on the
Beef cows are usually about 14 months, whereas dairy cows are like 5 years.
Well, they don't eat dairy cows. I mean, that's probably like the really, really cheap, like discounted meat you can find.
Oh yeah, that's like the.
That's probably like the Dollar Tree meat. That's the meat you get at Dollar Tree. Is the 5-year-old cows.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like all. I mean, how long can how long can cows live? 15 to 20 years.
So, I mean,
But they stop producing milk.
well, yeah, when you milk them dry like that, I mean, it's.
Oh my god, there's a cow called Big Bertha from Ireland who lived to 48. Good
gracious.
God. Let me look up Big Bertha.
Big Bertha the cow, bro. Almost half a century.
Damn, that
Damn,
thing's
you
old
gotta.
as
I'm
hell.
sorry, man. At like 30 years old, why didn't they think you just gotta get? I'm sorry, I'm gonna put you out of your misery, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna show this. Why would you do that? I mean,
Big Bertha, bruh.
That's a cool looking cow.
Dude, she looks so raggedy. Like, that's not an insult, but she's just so old, bruh.
It's like our cat here.
Yeah.
She's not even
that's
that
like
old.
Coco, bro.
But I mean,
Coco's got
old
lady
ass
syndrome.
cow.
Big Bertha. Drank whiskey, lived until she was 48, had 39 calves, broke 2 Guinness World Records. And how did she raise the money? And drank.
They stuffed her.
Oh, okay.
That explains why she's so raggedy. This is her stuffed.
That's just her, I guess.
Oh my god.
So that's what
they
that
stuffed
was.
her. I was wondering,
Oh,
is she standing in the same position in every picture? Damn, they
Big
stuffed
Bertha,
her.
They disrespected her like that, bro.
What? We're gonna look at.
Man.
Yeah, she died in '93. Big Bertha was stuffed.
Stuff. Now
Oh, fuck. They
That's sad.
stuffed Big Bertha.
Well, how could you do this?
That's one of the creepiest things, is people who, like...
They do, like, taxidermy?
Should we watch a video on how taxidermy is done?
No.
How is
I don't wanna
taxidermy... How to do taxidermy.
Bro, people who taxidermy, like, they're...
There's a step-by-step taxidermy for
how to taxidermy a squirrel? Why would you
what
do
the
that?
fuck?
Why would
These
you
people are just
do
evil.
that?
Is the art of preserving a body by mounting it or stuffing it.
Have you ever heard of those people who, like, they do...
Theodore Roosevelt was into taxidermy. I didn't know
he was
that.
an utter Chad. What was that quote about Theodore Roosevelt? Something like, he died in his sleep, and then I think the vice president said he had to have died in his sleep because if he was awake, there would have been a fight. But yeah, have you ever heard of those people who, like...
Ew, taxidermy frogs playing pool.
What the fuck, bro? But have you heard of those people who do, like, taxidermy of, like, their dead relatives? That's a thing.
It is human taxidermy.
Oh my god. Illegal and widely considered unethical in most countries. Yeah, I could see why.
Young Gravy became a human
Gravy was
tax.
Taxidermy of a man. That is
freaky.
horrible. Ugh. Result in severe penalties, including large fines. Really, you're gonna fine somebody and that's it? Imprisonment? Hey man, so what are you in prison for? Taxidermy with my wife? What the hell?
Oh, hell no.
The what? Oh. Hell no, bro. Don't click on those blurred images, man.
Well, it's not showing on the thing.
Joined free to view the full article. How about you kill yourself, huh?
I can't view it. This shit's really freaky.
That's some freaky deek, bro.
Ugh.
The Venice Dwarf.
Diggy hole.
Yeah, I don't know if we can show this. Who's Jeremy Bentham, bro? And why does he just have a head? Oh, is that Jeremy Bentham's head?
Where?
Well, that one. Is that Jeremy Bentham? Because it said Jeremy Bentham's preserved head. So are they talking about the head itself or the guy who made it?
This shit's horrible, dude. They just basically look like they're made from Play-Doh. It's really weird and strange looking.
You're not really supposed to preserve humans. You're kind of.
I don't think you're supposed to really preserve anything.
Well, I mean, with
there's
animals,
a reason things decay.
Well, I mean, we look really weird when we get preserved like that because we don't have fur. But like with a deer or something.
Well, what about those frogs? They look pretty normal. They look like they're having a good time.
They have like an unnatural, like weird layer of skin, unlike us, dude. We just got like. We have like a very thin layer of skin compared to everything else. So when we're preserved, we look.
Do you think they put them in like a metal armature, or like if you were to?
I think
if you were to Ed Gein somebody, if you were to Ed Gein somebody, how would you? I can't even like
buy like one of those suits of armor.
You probably like cut their feet open and pull all the bones out of their feet.
No, what you gotta do is you gotta...
and then just like put like a metal armature.
You gotta buy like one of those standing sets.
He put them on put their skin on a fucking like clothing rack. Like a metal clothing.
What you gotta do, what you gotta do is you gotta own like a huge manor. You gotta buy like one of those standing night things that's like doing that, and you just gotta put them inside.
I think he would decay still though.
No. Well, if you preserve it correctly, it's fine.
You gotta embalm. And that's another thing I find
really
really
strange.
strange. Why do people embalm their fucking family?
Yeah, they're dead, dude.
They're not
like.
I hate to break it to people like that. It's a waste of money, and
That's what I.
That's
don't
another thing they keep. I think it's mostly for disease and stuff. That's why, because they don't want like
a casket.
Well, no, but what's happened before is they have like large floods and stuff, and the caskets will actually come out of the ground because there's air inside of them and they're buoyant. When they used to use wooden caskets, like the caskets would be buoyant and they'd float up to the surface.
That's why you get a crack.
And so there would be huge diseases and everything. No, but most of them now they're made from stone or metal.
Yeah, they get
and
lowered in.
they're not cracked or anything. So the body's just sitting in like a container and not decomposing.
You can't.
I don't feel like that's that. Because you're not letting your body go back to where it came from, which is the earth.
You came from the earth. You
ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and so I think that's very, very strange for people to do.
Look, I just don't get it. Like, so they're embalmed so that they'll stay looking like a human in the future. Are you planning on digging them up?
Right.
To look at them? They're gone, man. Let them.
Or like those cryogenic people, they're like, when I die, freeze me. What do you think about that? People who like freeze their dead body in the hopes that someday they'll be able to awaken them somehow. I heard there at one of those facilities they actually had like a leak, and like with a few of the containers, like I guess lost power and they warmed up. Ooh. And so the body's just like defrosted.
They just became soup, bro.
Yeah, let me look that up.
Woken up a little too early, I think.
Cryogenic.
Facility leak.
Bodies melt.
Were thawed and disposed of after the cryonic facilities went out of business.
Yeah, that's what it was. Basically, these facilities, because what it was like, your folks would be like, because these came out like, I don't know, in the fucking, go to cryonics. It started in like the 1960s. So imagine like your uncle has been sitting in that fucking thing and you have to pay like $1,000 a month to keep this guy frozen. It's been like 40 years. Nobody's paying for that shit anymore. You know what I mean? So a lot of these places shut down, and they would just defrost the bodies and toss them out.
Pretty much,
just like toss them in the fucking river or something. I don't know. Like, just for finding like 100-year-old dead bodies floating down the river. Horror stories of cryonics.
That picture alone is crazy.
The first cryonauts met gruesome fates. A few of them decomposed into a plug of fluids and were scraped off the bottom of a capsule. The state of cryonics is much more advanced today, but the question remains, is any of this scientific or is it just wishful thinking? Let me look. An entire organisms may be cooled to extremely low temperatures and revived somewhat intact. Wow, I didn't know that. That's actually pretty interesting. Apparently, when you cool a human body down to 68 degrees, you can stop blood circulation to the brain for up to an hour before they'll go brain dead. That's pretty interesting. But my thing is, how do you get them down to 68 before dying? Because I thought it was like if you go below like 90, like 93, you get like really, really sick.
Yeah, you get hypothermia.
Right. When does hypothermia settle? Below 95 degrees.
And this drops you by like 30 degrees.
Well, I guess, like...
Well, I mean, I guess you're... During heart surgery, yeah, I mean, like you are...
They're still doing experimental for longer periods of time, I guess, at 50 degrees. To prepare and cool the body before it decays. Here, I'm gonna show you guys, so I'm not just like staring at the screen. Small freezing operations began in the late 1960s, while the practice of storing bodies has become more sophisticated over the last 50 years. In the early days, technicians cooled and prepared corpses with haste on dry ice before eventually cramming them into capsules. By and large, these preservations did not achieve preservation. They were nightmarish, gruesome failures. Their stories were researched and documented by people within the field who published thorough and frank records. Let's open those thorough and frank records. Do we get to see any cool videos? Why are all the pictures like gone?
Probably taken down.
Probably. That's interesting. Not all of them. I guess all the personal photos were taken down.
Probably the families.
Out of a cemetery in Chatsworth, California, by a man named Robert Nelson. Four of his first clients were not initially frozen in LN, but placed on a bed of dry ice in a mortuary. One of these bodies was a woman whose son decided to take her body back. He hauled his dead mother around in a truck on dry ice for some time before burying her. So this dude just had like his mom's dead corpse in his trunk, just like sitting on dry ice.
I mean, damn.
Ooh. The bodies in the container partially thawed, moved, and then froze again.
Ooh.
Stuck to the capsule like a child's tongue to a cold lamppost.
Yikes.
Eventually, the mortician was not... Did she leave? She didn't leave, right?
No.
Okay. Eventually, the mortician was not pleased with the other bodies sitting around on beds of ice, so a LN Dewar capsule was secured for the remaining three. Another man was already frozen and sealed inside the capsule, so it was open and he was removed. Nelson and the mortician then spent the entire night figuring out how to jam 4 people who may or may not have suffered thaw damage into the capsule. The arrangement of bodies in different orientations was described as a puzzle. After finding an arrangement that worked, the resealed capsule was lowered into an underground vault at the cemetery. So you just got like your mom and fucking 3 random dudes, just like dead bodies, naked, frozen, crammed into a fucking fish container. Nelson claimed to have refilled it sporadic. I can't read tonight. Sporadically for about a year before he stopped receiving money from the relatives. After a while, he just let the bodies thaw out inside the capsule and left the whole thing festering. Another group of 3, including an 8-year-old girl, was packed into a second capsule in Chatsworth. The capsule failed without Nelson noticing, and he checked one day. He saw that everyone had been long
thawed out.
The fate of these ruined bodies is unclear, but they might have been refrozen for several more years.
What, they're goop?
Yeah, they just turned to goop, and he's just like, we'll just keep them cold. It was still good. We might be able to revive these people someday. They're just goop in the bottom of the fucking container. Nelson froze a 6-year-old boy in 1974. The capsule itself was well maintained by the boy's father, but when it was opened, the boy's body was found to be cracked. The cracking could have occurred if the body was frozen too quickly by the... Oh, that's what that is. The boy was then thawed, embalmed, and buried.
Hey, at least he had a good ending.
Now that there was a vacancy, a different man was placed into the leftover capsule. But 10 months had elapsed between his death and freezing, so his body was in rotten shape.
He was already rotting, bro.
For 10 months. And was eventually thawed. Client put in the vault and looked after by Nelson eventually failed. The bodies inside the Dewar capsules were simply left to rot. Reporters visited the crypt where these failed operations had taken place and reported a horrifying stench. The proprietor admitted to failure, bad decisions, and going broke. He further pointed out, who can guarantee that you're going to be suspended for 10 or 15 years?
Oh, you know, it's...
Let's read up on the lawsuit.
Wrongfully decapitated one of its biggest believers.
I want to see the stank part.
It stinks in here.
Is that him? Oh my god. They just like stand there looking over the guy's dead body.
Yeah, I think he's dead.
Negative 321. Can we get to the stinky part?
Can't make a cow out of a hamburger.
But you can make a hamburger out of a cow. They wrap the bodies in mylar. It's an origin book to the prospect of immortality. The worst fates of all. That ain't even the worst yet.
That's not even the worst.
That stored bodies at a cemetery in New Jersey. What do you think's gonna happen when you put a fucking body anywhere in New Jersey?
What was the plan there?
Probably, I'm surprised we're gonna see. The storage devoir was poorly designed with uninsulated pipes. This led to a series of incidents, at least one of which was a failure of the vacuum jacket insulating the inside. The bodies in the container partially thawed, moved, and then froze again, stuck to the capsule like a child's tongue to a cold lamppost. Eventually, the bodies had to be entirely thawed to unstick, then refrozen to put back in later.
Oh, no.
A year later, the devoir failed again, and the bodies decomposed into a plug of fluids in the bottom of the capsule.
The decision was finally made to thaw the entire contraption, scrape out the remains, and bury them.
Ooh, had to wear breathing apparatuses when they did it.
Is Alcor still in business?
Robert Bedford is the only one who's still in, from 1967. Bedford's family took custody of the capsule and meticulously caring for it at their own expense.
While the ugly events above suggest that your remains might well end up as tissue sludge scraped out of a can, Alcor may offer an increased chance for long-term preservation. That's gonna happen to you, you know. You're gonna turn into sludge. We're gonna turn you into sludge, bro.
Human popsicles.
Yuckers, dude. What the fuck?
Oh my god, there's more.
There's
How much
more? It gets worse.
The laws of physics demand that the structure of the body will break down rapidly after death, catastrophically upon freezing, and gradually over time.
No.
Even while frozen.
Oh no, reading below.
But that's a big if. Let's say your body remains frozen until the 25th century, then let's say that future doctors are interested in reviving you. How much work will they have to do to fix you once you're thawed? The answer lies in the condition of the bodies once they're thawed. Strangely enough, we know something about this. In 1983, Alcor needed to lighten 3 cryonauts, reducing them from bodies to simply heads. Be able to revive the brain and then simply make a new body. The 3 corpses were removed from their devoir capsules so that the heads could be cut off, still frozen, so requiring a chainsaw.
A chainsaw.
It's stored separately. Once the heads were sawed off and put away, Alcor employees got to work on medically examining the state of the bodies in great detail. Can we read about this?
Post-mortem examination.
We present the technical by Mike Darwin, Darwin himself.
Darwin Award.
We present a technical paper documenting observations. Many vital organs were disrupted by one or more fractures, being heavily or minutely fractured. While fractures we observe would certainly disrupt gross functioning, they have little, if any, impact on the stability and integrity of the fine structure, and thus the information content of the tissues. A good analogy to this kind of injury would be to envision a phonograph record which someone has scored with a screwdriver. a phonograph record. What the fuck is a phonograph record? I have never heard of that.
Those, dude, the vinyl.
Oh, it's just called... Why we gotta use big words?
The fidelity of the recording would appear to be hopelessly compromised if it was placed on a standard stereo and played. Yet the same record with advanced Dolby trademark noise removal would be virtually indistinguishable from the original. The information is there. The breaks and glitches need to simply be removed. Okay. Repairing such injury will require that we be able to move atoms around almost on a one-by-one level. Okay, so they're just hoping. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
so
here's the actual post-mortem examination. Head.
Head.
Or is that heed?
Head.
What the hell? What is this, the temperature? Yeah. Removed from the storage door using a high-reach forklift and lowered to the ground on their supporting stretchers in a supine position. The head and upper torso of each patient was unwrapped and conversion to neuropreservation was achieved using a high-speed electric chainsaw while the patient's head was lavaged with liquid nitrogen. A block of tissue approximately 12 by 16 centimeters was cut from the decapitation site on the body and banked with the heads as a reference sample. Following conversion to neuropreservation, the bodies were wrapped in several layers of 4mm plastic tarpaulin and allowed to rewarm for 21 hours on a concrete floor. They just like wrapped them in a little plastic wrap and just fucking put the heads on the floor.
What the fuck?
Foil fiberglass were allowed to remain in place. After 21 hours of rewarming, the insulating materials were removed, the patients were examined, and externally samples were taken, and surface and core temperature measurements were made. After 21 hours, core temperature was 47 degrees below 0 centigrade, and surface temperature was negative 46. They inserted into deep cuts.
Made as at the time of unwrapping, numerous samples were removed by chiseling
with a pre-cooled steel chisel.
Okay, buddy.
Into long-term liquid nitrogen aluminum casket, which was lined and heavily packed in open cell urethane to act as a thermal barrier. Inside the cassette, P3 was wrapped in a half-inch of thick layer enso foam.
What did they do to the bodies?
That's what I'm trying to get to. Post-mortem examination. It was noted that full-thickness fractures of the skin had occurred. These fractures were most unusual in appearance and can best be described as resembling the type of crack observed in deteriorated coating such as is seen in paint peeling away from a wall. It's just like the skin peeled, like just broke off and peeled. The skin adjoining the fracture fissure was somewhat raised from the underlying fat and gave the appearance of having been peeled away slightly.
Okay.
Oh my god, it was 2 women and a man.
Mm-hmm.
Another striking feature about these fractures was their symmetry. Fractures were observed in either identical or nearly identical locations bilaterally. Figure 5. This is where the fractures were. So this one came out in the best condition, only on her arms.
3.
Yeah, P3 is in the best condition.
Number 2 is in rough shape. That's like 10 fissures.
Yeah.
This is just awful. This is like, you shouldn't do this. Cryonics is fake.
Fractures reserved on the upper arm and lower arm, and the skin of the hand just below the wrist, in the fleshy area between the thumb and forefinger, so like right here. On the inner aspects of the inner thigh, on the upper aspect of the feet, so like I think the top of your feet. They were 2 to 3 inches in length. External examination of P2 revealed only one similar fracture, which measured only a few millimeters in length and was at the edge of what appeared to be a diabetic ulcer. Several other areas on the lower extremities which looked slightly crazed.
Crazed? What is that?
But were noted, but no gross fractures were observed, with separation from subcutaneous fat comparable to the ones observed in the remains of P1. Presence of visual fractures on P1 to be due to an episode of thermal cycling which had occurred a year before, when funding for this patient became exhausted and the contract company caring for him removed him from liquid nitrogen storage.
I like how, you're not going to pay us anymore? Well, fuck this body, I guess.
Oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
This is what they mean.
Oh, gosh.
Arrows A and B indicate massive fractures of the abdominal skin and subcutaneous fat. Grisly. So it just like splits open the flesh.
Some dude's like dead.
Not the dude.
Did it fall off?
Indicates fracture of skin and subcutaneous fat observed in P1. Almost to the body wall, whatever that means.
Good grief, dude.
2 areas of lividity which outline the course of veins in the legs.
This is just
P1
awful.
following thumbing revealed much more extensive surface fracturing than was visible at first examination in the sub-zero state. In the limbs of P1, particularly in the lower limbs, a tracery of veins was etched in the bright red on the skin surface, apparently as a result of the release of hemoglobin into the tissue adjacent to the vessels.
Oh.
What is this, the heart? Internal examination. What is this, plate 3? All of the great vessels in P2 were seriously fractured adjacent to the heart.
The pulmonary artery and aorta were almost completely severed.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, nah, you
What
are
is this?
not being revived.
Circumferential, observing numerous locations in both arteries and veins. Large fracture almost completely severing the right lung. Number 3. Ugh.
Good.
Fractures in the mesentery and mesenteric to the ilium. The ilium was also fractured. What the fuck is an ilium? Oh, it's the third part of the small intestine.
Damn.
I don't know what that means. These are the hands. Just like somebody like pushed their thumb in them. That's what it looks like. Kidneys,
Liver,
lung, renal cortex. So this is going to do brain. Or no, renal.
Renals? That's his, to the medulla.
It's somewhere in your brain that has to do with your renal system, which is your kidneys and all that.
Piss. A lective spinal cord was exposed.
When the dura was open, it was noted that the cord had fractured into 3 pieces.
Yeah, you are not getting revived, dude. You are just...
Yeah, I hate to break it to anybody who wants to freeze their dead uncle. He ain't coming back. But
he ain't coming back.
Maybe you can, like, take him out of the freezer and lick him like a popsicle, but you're not going to get much better than that.
Dude, that's not...
What the hell is this? This is the right kidney.
Very poor blood washout. That's a kidney.
Just like fractures in the leg, it looks like. Just deeply dye-stained brachial muscle of the upper left arm following reperfusion. Ugh. Basically, they like injected dye through the blood vessels, and it just like melted out. It's kind of like the thing that we were talking about the other day with the crushed syndrome. That's like really fucked up. Crush syndrome. Basically, it's traumatic injuries such as crush events, earthquakes, and building collapses. And it's like basically something heavy enough falls on you and crushes a limb in a way that like the muscle fibers themselves are like broken apart. And so they go into your bloodstream and cause you to go septic and die.
They just rot and like...
Like you can have no like surface wounds, but your arm like got crushed by a car or something. Like if your arm gets run over by a semi-truck, in some cases they have to just amputate because the muscle fibers are so damaged that it'll actually go septic and kill your ass. Crazy. The cause of these fractures has yet to be established. First or most obvious cause would be shell deformation effects resulting from expansion of water in the core of the body following phase change on the outside of the body. So maybe they need to freeze dry these people. But isn't that what liquid nitrogen does?
What?
Maybe they need to cook the bodies first. Like put them in like a little, like a big old like drying rack. Dry the bodies out completely.
Oh, dude, like one of those
and then freeze
like one of those machines,
right?
Where you're like a freeze dryer.
Yeah, but it's like but the problem with when you freeze it is the water expands out of it. And that's like the whole how it freeze dries because they remove they put in a vacuum and all the water boils off. But if you do that with a body of any kind, the blood vessels will just explode and all the liquid
You're not
inside
really
of
gonna be able.
The lungs will explode, everything like that. So it's like you just put them in like a little toaster oven for 12 hours.
Until they're
and
then how do you bring them back?
You let them warm up.
There's no answer to this. It's like, yeah, well, I mean,
we all gotta die someday, buddy.
I like how
we all gotta die someday.
I like how the assumption is like, okay, yeah, so like, there's fractures all over your organs. Your spinal cord has been separated in about 19 different places, but the hope is that in about 600 years they'll have the technology to put it back.
Right, they'll literally just have to have like the repair pod or whatever from RimWorld. The modded thing that we used to use. What? You don't know what I'm talking about? When it was, it's like a pod. You could just put the guys in, and they heal automatically. Just repairs all their injuries and shit.
Oh, those things. Those are not modded. That's just ideology. I think.
Was it?
Yeah,
healing pods?
They're called like...
Healing pods, I thought, right?
No, they're called like biopods or something. They're supposed to like reverse aging, but like... They reverse aging, but if you research something, they heal.
I don't think so. I think this was before ideology.
Are you thinking of like the Zombrella crypto sleep casket?
No, that's even older. The Zombrella. I don't know.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't think there's any possible way that cryonics would work.
See, the reason
you're just freezing a dead body.
See, the reason that it works in RimWorld is because it's not cryo sleep; it's crypto sleep. The entire thing is that what it's doing is that it is just putting you into a state of stasis where nothing is happening. They're not freezing you; they're basically just pausing every form of like cellular entropy.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we'd have to do.
That's what you would have to do, because you can't freeze somebody because this shit happens.
Right, you would have to literally put them in like animated suspension.
Pretty much. That's the only thing you could do.
I think honestly isn't that... You'd basically have to use nanobots that are the size of atoms to hold each and every single atom in the human body completely still.
Mm-hmm.
Including like all the blood and everything in the body. Anything that you haven't drained out, it just holds every single atom. But like, I mean, that would be like $1 trillion operation.
Yeah.
To get done, because they have nanobots now that they, I mean, that's been out for like 10 years. They've had nanobots that they can put into your bloodstream to do certain things. They were using it to fight cancer, and now I think they're using it to give cancer. You know, I mean.
I'm spending money to...
Like the COVID vaccine, I mean, that was crazy. It seemed like everyone who took it went apeshit. Why does it seem like that? Everyone who took the COVID vaccine just went ape shit.
What do you mean,
Like they just lost their fucking minds.
Well, because I mean that's supposed to be because I mean when you fall for that level of thing, like I'm not insulting anybody, I'm not insinuating something about anybody's beliefs, but that whole thing with COVID was bullshit. All right, it was basically a bad strain of influenza, if that, and we destroyed the economy and the world locked down over nothing. The reason the people went fucking insane is because imagine that, you throw away your life, you go on your knees and you're sucking daddy government's dick doing what they want you to do, getting your vaccine ID to go to the grocery store, and then one day they're just like,
yeah, the vaccines don't really work, but the
They're like-
boosters do.
yeah, they're like, the
Yeah,
vaccines
I'm on my
really...
fourth booster. You look like you're on your fourth fucking booster, buddy, and they're like,
Yeah,
these little pencil head ass.
It's not the booster. I just have long COVID.
Yeah, I just have
Long
long
COVID,
COVID.
buddy.
Like, nobody talks about that anymore.
Long
Like, some
COVID.
people permanently lost their sense of smell. And they just... Or, like, at least it damaged their sense of smell.
Yeah, that happened to some. I don't know.
Dominic lost his sense of smell when he had it. Not the vaccine, when he got COVID.
Like, when I got COVID at the first time, I was like, my sense of taste and smell was like altered for like 3 months.
Yeah, things tasted off, which is the weird part about
But
it. Things
everything's
tasted
back now,
off.
so I don't know.
But I never got the vaccine.
Yeah, we didn't.
Or any of the booster shots. What is a booster
Why
shot?
does a vaccine need a booster?
What is a booster?
Okay, does my polio vaccine need a booster?
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
Chickenpox booster.
Yeah, the exactly.
When is okay, here's another question. When is the last time you've ever heard of somebody getting chickenpox? I haven't heard of anyone getting chickenpox since like elementary school.
Well, I mean, that's the power of herd immunity for the most part. I mean, because I mean, either people get exposed to it and they get better, and now they're immune,
There was
or
no,
people
there was
get
never,
vaccinated,
there's no
and so it can't
smallpox.
spread.
There's no smallpox vaccine, is there?
That's
That's chickenpox. You get
I think
chickenpox.
it's a strain. Yeah.
Because
I don't-
chickenpox and smallpox are the same thing, but like I guess smallpox kills you and chickenpox doesn't. So like if you got chickenpox as a kid, you can't get smallpox.
I think it's
But you
something
can.
like
But if
that.
you got chickenpox, you can develop shingles later on in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
when
if you got the
get older.
chickenpox vaccine, I think specifically those people get shingles like in their 50s and 60s.
Yeah, what they have to get shingles treatments and shit. It's like
It's just lifelong treatment. I
Oh.
bet you a lot of these people who got the COVID bullshit, 30, 40 years, they're going to have heart conditions. They're going to have all
dude,
kinds
people are already having heart conditions. Have you
I
seen
mean, a lot of people would
have,
develop
have you seen that thing about the mortuary? Like the mortuary workers and stuff?
No.
Basically,
Oh, the congealed blood.
basically they were finding that in the hearts and stuff and like within the veins and such of people, they were continually finding blood clots that were like at least this long.
Right, right.
Just
Because
for no
blood,
reason.
when a body cools off and shit, the blood starts to congeal, but it's not the same thing as a blood clot.
Yeah, a blood clot is like it's basically solidified at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
Like people are developing like blood clots that are giving them brain aneurysms and shit. It's
dude,
crazy.
myocarditis. That's
Yep.
literally scarring of heart tissue.
Yep. Crazy shit.
And like I know this is an anecdote and it doesn't really mean much, but like none of us in the family, we're just gonna say it. We weren't vaccinated, like at all as children.
Yeah,
Like,
I
we
mean, I'm
didn't get
fucking it
anything.
out.
And like
I got really,
noticed-
but I did get really when I first went to school in 3rd grade because I was homeschooled before 3rd grade. He started in kindergarten, so he got
Yeah.
an earlier start than I did. But I got like really sick. I remember I was sick for like almost 2 months when I first went to school. Dude, going back to school after every summer, I would get sick.
dude, yeah.
But I feel like everyone would get sick. But it hit me harder. I don't know if it's because I never got vaccinated. I mean, I'm here, I'm strong, I'm able-bodied. I mean, you guys saw me benching 235 at 17 years old and 165 pounds. You know, so...
But like I've noticed that for us at least, I've noticed it with you, I've noticed it with me, I've noticed it with our sisters. We got sick very infrequently, and if we did, that was because there was something genuinely unique that was spreading throughout the school. Like
Yeah,
I remember
more or
in
less.
school, there was always at least like
They're sick kids.
there were
the
always
kids
like
who were
three
sick.
in every one of my classes. There were always like 3-4 kids that were out sick every day.
Yeah, until
I wasn't one of them.
like middle school. high school.
And it's like I'm around the same kids and stuff. Why am I not sick? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. All that stuff is... I don't think about it because, like you said, we didn't get it, and so it makes no difference to me, honestly, at this point. I don't plan on getting them. You know.
I think at first vaccines were very necessary. Like the polio vaccine and such, those were necessary at the time. But we have reached a point now where polio has almost ceased to exist. Okay, where do you get polio from nowadays?
I don't know.
Someone who has polio already. And,
Right.
and who is that?
I don't know.
Exactly. We've reached a point where, unless there's some resurgence, like some band of 50 people come from Africa and, I don't know, they have polio or something, and they spread it, like, it's not going to happen again.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like the vast majority of people don't have as strong of immune systems as we necessarily do.
Well, I feel like that...
And also, because it's been proven that a couple things are true. One, kids who grow up without any pets or siblings around have a weaker immune system. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Only single children, like only children, like an only child or whatever the fuck you want to call it, they generally have weaker immune systems because they weren't like mingling with their
At
own
all
siblings.
times, they're exposed to less people.
Right. So if you don't own pets and you don't have siblings, yeah, you're more likely to get sick. And just a lot of these people, like, they had really bad diets while they were pregnant. They were really unhealthy when they were pregnant, you know. And so I feel like, especially, like, the millennials and shit, if you notice, they're, like, a good amount of them are pretty dumb.
They're
pretty dumb, and they get sick very easily. And I just feel like a lot of that has to do with, like, a lot of the chemicals that were in the air and in the water back then.
I think it's also, like, think about it like
I don't
this.
think it necessarily has to do much with the vaccines. I mean, some of
think it has
because
to do
they
with...
used to put mercury in vaccines.
Well, they're still in them. It's just that it's such a trace amount that, you know, you can't technically connect it to anything. I'm not really going to argue that point because I don't know.
But they used to put enough mercury in it where it gave you long-term mercury poisoning. Like, that's a fact.
There's also formaldehyde, but, I mean, again, there's formaldehyde in apples.
Yeah, I mean...
The thing is, I think, is that also people just don't know how to fight diseases on their own. People, they take antibiotics.
Well, there's a lot of herbal remedies.
People get a slight fever, time for Tylenol.
Yeah.
And then they build up a resistance to Tylenol and they gotta start taking it more. What happens when you run out of Tylenol? That little fever is gonna fuck your shit up.
Or you take it into your, like, 50s. You know, you're taking Tylenol all the time.
Yeah, dude, your body can't fight it anymore because you're relying on that shit.
Right, you're basically, like if you just use, like, a crutch instead of your right leg for 30 years, your right leg is going to be atrophied.
Exactly, or if, like, you sit in a wheelchair, even though you can walk for 10 years.
Like that one guy who put his arm up for,
that Indian guy.
Let me look that up.
He, like, held his arm in the air for, like, most of his life or something like that. Like, why?
Man with atrophied arm over his head. Amar Bharati.
Yeah,
Yeah, his arm is just, like, stuck. In 2001, he had already had his arm raised for 28 years.
Look at it, bro.
It's just like skin and bones.
Exactly. He probably can't even feel anything from that arm anymore.
Like,
look at it, dude. It's just a bone, basically, sticking out. It doesn't do
he's just like,
anything.
I think he's just holding something. But that's how he looks.
For 45 years.
Crazy stuff.
But see, like, when you do that, look at his arm. Look how it's basically a bone. There's nothing left on it. Like, look at his other arm. Obviously, he's old. He's getting weak. But, like, his other arm at least has something on it.
I bet you it's just, like, all, like, calcium.
On his right arm, it's literally just skin, and that's it. There is no more muscle.
It's just the bone and then sinew.
So imagine doing that to your immune system.
Yeah,
Imagine
you're
what's
just gonna
gonna
be
happen.
fucking crippled.
You're taking an anti-inflammatories the moment something goes wrong, or you start taking stuff for headaches. You're just gonna die the moment something mediocre comes and gets you.
Yeah,
That was the whole craze, because I remember getting COVID. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But why is that? I don't take antibiotics. I don't take Tylenol. I don't do any of that. I get sick, I lay down.
Right.
I lay down and I drink water.
And that's what's wrong with this society. I mean, like, if you're genuinely sick, why is there any reason you should be going to work? You know what I mean? Like, it can be argued, I think, either way. I don't know. It can be argued either way. But it's like, this is a hard topic to discuss. But, I don't know. I feel like there's enough people on this planet, and there's so many people doing fucking nothing with themselves, that they could take some of the load off of a lot of Americans. You know, so that people have more time to rest, more time to, you know, because a lot of these companies make fucking insane profit margins.
Bajillions, basically.
But they don't pay their guys shit. So, I mean, but I don't even know how you implement that. The issue is the implementation. You can say what you want, but getting a big business to pay people more while giving them less time off, while giving them more time off, that they will never agree to that.
Yeah, I mean...
You gotta pay, like, let's say if you're getting like a $50,000 salary. Like, I mean, $50,000 a year should be enough for someone to live off of.
Exactly.
For a family to live off of.
And yet it's happening.
That's a lot of fucking money, $50,000.
And yet it's happening so often nowadays that it's couples who are making $50,000, $60,000 per year, and they still are renting out in apartments.
Yep.
Not even able to lease their own cars. How?
Yep.
How?
Just
That's
crazy.
like $100,000 a year.
Well, a lot of people, what happens is a lot of people like get a little bit of money, and then they just start they start living beyond their means, and so it's like if you're making $3,000 a month and your rent is $1,350, you could technically afford a car that's $1,000 a month, but should you? No. I drive a nice 2017 Camry and it's only $260 a month. I mean, that's very fucking reasonable. It's what I can work with. So if you're making like $3,000 a month, having a car that's about $260 plus like $100, $150 for insurance, it makes sense. But these people will go and buy like a Mercedes for their wife, fucking probably crash it too while she's at it. But they go and spend all this money on a Mercedes. Now they're paying $800, $900 a month, and the insurance is like $300 a month because it's an expensive car.
Spending half their excess on the car.
Right. Instead of saving that money, and then, I don't know, you could buy a fucking boat, buy something cool, buy a nicer property, spend the money on getting new licenses.
Save up now so you can save up now and buy it in cash in 3 years.
That, or... Because buying cars in cash is stupid. Because they don't gain any. Because cars pretty much only lose value.
In terms of property, at least. But like as a car, no. I mean, you should.
But you'd be better off just using that money either to get new certifications, new licenses, so you can make more money on the side. Starting small businesses, because really most people don't work more than 6 days a week. Unless you're working on an oil rig where it's like 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off.
Type shit.
Even then you could still manage it, because what you could do is you can get vending machines for a couple $1,000s. So if you're making $3,000 a month, all your expenses are about $2,000, $2,500-ish. You like to go out, you eat out every once in a while, about $2,500. It's like you can save $500 a month. You can save, even if you save $200 a month, it's money. You gotta save money.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of people just live beyond their means. But I think we're going to wrap it up there today anyways. So thank you everybody who's been watching. I have a bad habit. I need to move like the camera here, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I keep looking at this screen. And that's why I'm sorry guys. My apologies for that. Here, Sass, you can lean in. There we go. Alright, Saturdays are for the boys. Alright everybody, have a good evening.